one of my favorite professors in seminary, his name is Dr. Chris Thompson. He taught moral theology, and he was phenomenal. At one point, I had a question for him. It was after class, and he said, "Well, hey, I gotta have a lunch. You eat lunch?" Sure. He's like, "Come with me." And so we drove through McDonald's, and we sat in his van outside this park, and he just told me his vocation story. And part of his story was, he said, when I really came to know the Lord, I really wanted to be a priest. I had this longing. But he said, I discerned this. And what I discerned was, among other things, he said, I discerned that if I were to be ordained a priest, it would appeal to all of my worst vices. He said, I would be so self-indulgent. I'd be so self-concerned, and I would be that priest who, it says, it's 4:00. I'm going over to the rectory. I'm shutting the door, pulling the blind, punching the clock. And he said, I know it would destroy my soul. And so, I mean, that wasn't the only thing, because that can be a temptation for anybody. But he knew that I need a vocation that will call me out of myself and make me demand that I love when I don't feel like loving. And that's one of the things I'm so grateful for, being on campus in this weird situation where I'm 5 steps away all the time. At the same time, like you said, that's welcome to fatherhood. I see my brothers and my brothers-in-law, and I think, you guys are always tired. I'm always tired. Hey,
I can relate.
We can relate to each other.
I'm thinking about Father Jeremiah sharing with his own brothers, the younger and the older, his call to the priesthood, and his conversations with the vocations director, and his whole discernment with the bishop and all. And that's when it came out that our first 2 sons, Michael and Gabriel, had independently of each other considered the priesthood. And I'm going to try to keep this sufficiently generic, vague, and discreet. They went to talk to somebody, again, unbeknownst to each other. And the person that my oldest son talked to said, "Oh, you want to be a priest? Let me assure you, it is comfortable. You have job security. You have vacation time. You can determine your hours, And I can understand why my oldest son said, I left feeling like I was running out of a burning house.
Yeah.
That would have been like a lifestyle of self-indulgence to which he was already tempted, and out came a similar tale from his younger brother. Gabriel had also gone. If you had told Gabriel, you want to be a priest? Well, you better get ready to be martyred. You're going to be persecuted, misunderstood, especially since the corruption. You're going to be, viewed with disdain. Sign me up, But it was the same thing. That was comfy, cozy, job security, golfing, and all that kind of thing. And he had a similar reaction. And I think maybe the generation before, maybe in the 80s and 90s, I don't want to speculate. I'm not even sure I'd want to know the answer to my question, exactly why it happened or where or when. But, the fact is, the call to the priesthood is a call to follow Christ first and foremost, a call to be holy. But I mean, you can do that in holy matrimony, for sure, you're supposed to. But, when Father Jeremiah discerned, it was an adventure.
Right.
And we've got another son, Joe, who's in the seminary. He's in his apostolic year, about 15 minutes from here, on assignment at Blessed Sacrament, and he's discerning. We're not certain yet, Lord willing, but it's the same kind of thing. The spirit of freedom,